Is it safe and appropriate to share a bed with your infant? An article named Bed Sharing with Infants in a Time of SID Awareness shows that research and some cultural practices have found several risks related to sharing a bed with an infant, including sudden infant death syndrome. SIDS is the sudden death of an infant that is unexpected and unexplained. Mothers share a bed with their infants for many reasons, such as bonding, parents get more sleep, and it facilitates breastfeeding. But by sharing a bed with an infant, the risk of SIDS increases tremendously. It is recommended that an infant has its infant crib next to the bed and is sleeping in supreme position with nothing in the crib at all. Even some cribs were found to be dangerous and could lead to SIDS because of what they are built with, such as the hard mesh cribs. Infants also shouldn't be in an area where there is heavy tobacco smoking in the home. Bed sharing has some pros and cons, some pros being bonding, more stable sleep pattern, and if the mother is breastfeeding, and if she has set up properly, she could get some of her sleep in while breastfeeding. Some cons are that it could put a strain on your relationship, suffocation, overheating, parents could feel sleep deprived, and they may become more irritable, or even more sadly, the parent rolling over onto the baby. Mothers continue to share a bed with their infant despite the risk involved. There was a questionnaire study that was conducted in March of 2010 that asked a series of questions about the background of mothers and how they felt about certain topics when it comes to their infant, such as frequency of struggling to get baby to sleep, and some had a hard time, and some were doing fine.
Hi, my name is Maureen. I am a registered nurse. I have been a nurse for 4 years. I currently work in home health care as a case manager.
Okay, thank you. And what would you say, would you be open to doing infancy and co-sleeping?
I've had 2 children and I did not do co-sleeping. They slept in a crib by themselves.
Okay. And then can you explain some of the pros of it?
Well, I'm sure you're familiar with SIDS, which is sudden infant death syndrome. That it has been, unfortunately, happens to infants and newborn babies. They don't really know fully the cause of it, but there have been some cases that are due to co-sleeping. So I just felt that it wasn't appropriate for my lifestyle, my situation.
Okay, and then can you say some of the cons of why you wouldn't?
Why I would not?
Yeah, besides the SIDS.
Oh, I just think it's better for babies to be able to have their own time, surroundings. They learn how to cry it out method that way. There's other ways to bond with babies, and I just don't think that co-sleeping is the way to do it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so we are here with
Samantha Cullinan.
Okay, so we would like to ask her a few questions about bed sharing in infancy. So first, would you do it?
Would I co-sleep or bed share with an infant? I have before. I've also moved a crib over to the side of my bed, so that way I wouldn't be tempted or rolled over on the baby on accident, or the baby moves a lot, they'll wake you up a lot during the night, but it is a lot easier to have your baby next to you while you sleep.
Okay, that's a good transition to what we have to ask next. So how dangerous would it be, and do you think it should happen?
It is pretty dangerous. It can be dangerous. If you're a deep sleeper, I would not recommend that you co-sleep with your child. You could roll over on your child could die, your child could get seriously injured, and we definitely don't want that to happen. I do recommend putting like a little rolling crib by your bed, or they even have these cribs that latch onto your bed where your baby could safely sleep next to you.
Okay. Thank you. So now what would the advantages be then, since those are the disadvantages? What would the advantages to bed sharing be?
So a good advantage is it promotes securely attached babies. So you, I forgot what they call it, but when the babies are an infant and they cuddle, they could become securely attached to the parents, which is great. If a mother is breastfeeding, it's easier for the mom to wake up in the middle of the night to feed the baby. And overall, it just promotes a more closeness and a tight bond with the baby and the mom or dad.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so hello, who are we here with?
I'm Nakaisha Dennis.
Okay, so today we're talking about bed sharing, and what is your experience with bed sharing?
Well, my experience is that I'm a mother of 5. I have 5 children, and my experience was my first 2 children, I would have to say that I probably didn't bed share, but with the last 3, I did do bed sharing, more so because it was more convenient because I was nursing my children. So bed sharing was very convenient as a mother to nurse my babies throughout the night.
Okay. So would you recommend it to other people?
Well, I would have to say no. It is convenient as a mother when you're nursing to share the bed because you don't have to get out of the bed and tend to the child when you are half asleep, half, need your sleep. But I think it makes it so that it's very hard to get the baby out of the bed. Once the baby gets older, is a toddler, they still want to sleep in the bed, and that can go for years, really. So I would have to say that I would not recommend it for that reason.
All right then. So what is your overall opinion on bed sharing then?
Well, I think that it's certainly up to the parents. I certainly think that it's up to the parents and what they're most convenient, what they want to do. But I also know that it can be a health and safety hazard. But for me, nursing, it was convenient. But again, trying to get the children out of the bed as they get older, they become a little bit more clingy. So I would have to say overall, it's probably not the best.
All right then. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.